This is the Ecore generator as far as I got it last night and this morning. Still got to tighten those screws. I had the head off. The cylinder looks like it's okay. The engine, when I bought it off of Greg A from Smokestack Forums, it wouldn't turn all the way over, but it would sort of turn. And I found the problem was inside the generator head here. Actually, I'm going to take this cover off and I'll continue the video in a second, but I'll show the problem in a minute. What happened was somebody had added this box with that outlet in it from metal plate, which I just cut it off for now. I got to finish taking it off later. And it was hanging under there. They took the two bolts out right there, flipped this whole thing sideways, and had the outlet right here underneath where the muffler was. Muffler snapped off on me. So I just got to get this out and I'll get that fixed at a later time. It's not a big deal. So when they take these two bolts out here, this holds the pole shoe in place. The pole shoe had slid down inside the generator, jamming the rotor. So it wasn't allowing it to turn freely. However, now it's got a valve that isn't seating all the way, so I don't have the best compression. So I have to lap the valves. But it's turning very freely. It feels great. But I've got a couple questions, and I'll ask one of them right now. Let me just move my impact out of the way. This fuel pump. Am I supposed to have some kind of spacer or gaskets between the fuel pump and the block? I almost think I am. I don't want to tighten it all the way on there and crack something if I'm supposed to have a spacer in there. So I'm not going to tighten it up until I get an answer. And let me take the cap off this generator. I got to replace some fasteners, so I got one holding it. I need a 1/4-inch wrench. Okay, the back cover is removed from the generator. So you can see it spins very freely now. Sort of got compression. Once that valve starts seating again, I think it'll be fine. Then I'll test it for spark, and we'll have this thing running fairly soon. Actually, it's in a good state right now. It's at the point now where I can get it fixed. Now my problem is these. You see the brush holder right here on the AC side where the slip rings are. These guys here were loose inside the back housing when I pulled it off the first time. Now this block right here is okay. I believe they're made out of pot metal. I was able to loosen that screw, slide this unit back in, and tighten it without a problem. Now the opposite side here, hopefully the lighting's alright to show it. This one here is cracked right above my finger, and I'm afraid I'm going to have it rebuilt. I need to find somebody. I'm going to see if I can pull the whole back end of this thing here off, this whole insulator plate, and send it off somewhere, but I don't know where to send it, because I don't have the ability to fix this myself. See, on this side the brush goes in right here, so it rubs on this ring, where the opposite brush is rubbing on that ring to get the AC. But I need this repaired, and I don't have the ability to do so myself. So if there's somebody out there who has that ability, let me know. But this pole shoe right here was the one that was loose. It slid down here. So I just went to the hardware store today and I took one of these bolts out, brought to the hardware store, had it matched up, and then I'm good to go right now. I just gotta, inside the box I threw the other brush holder so it doesn't get lost. I've got two new rubber grommets which are going to go right here in the cover. And I got to figure out how I'm going to attach the bottom of the box so it's not loose like that. I got to replace the gauge because the needle's broken. It's a Weston gauge. And I'll get a repro muffler. Work on getting spark, and this baby's back to life. That's all it needs. And eventually I'll throw some new paint on it. So this is actually coming along very well. And I haven't even owned this thing a full 24 hours yet. So I'd say I'm doing real good.